Mr. President, I want to join our friend from Iowa, Senator Grassley, in talking about what's happened in the last 6 months, the tax bill, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, as the president insisted it be called, because that's exactly what it was about to do. It's been 6 months since that was signed into law, and it's clear that the country is thinking differently about the future. It is clear that there's more confidence in our economy than there has been in past years. It's also clear, frankly, that a lot of that confidence began after the last election and was reinforced by common sense regulation instead of out of control regulation. And then the tax bill on top of that turns out to do the things that those of us who voted for it said it would do, and not do the things that people who were against it said was going to happen. I remember that nobody was going to get a tax cut, only to find out that 9 out of 10 people that paid income tax last year are paying less income tax this year. This week, the Gallup poll organization found that the percentage of Americans who are satisfied with the direction of the economy is the highest it's been in almost 15 years. In May, the small business optimism increased among small business owners to the second highest level in the entire 45-year history of the National Federation of Independent Business. In fact, there are several records that were broken in May. Compensation increases hit a 45-year high. Positive sales trends reached the highest level since 1995, almost over 20 years ago, and expansion plans were more robust than they'd been at any time where that group was being asked, do you plan to expand and grow your business? That set a new record as well. The combination of lower taxes and full expensing of new and used equipment has created an additional cash flow incentive that's making a difference. As of this month, 1 million new jobs have been created since the passage of the tax cut bill. In the last year, Missouri, my state, added nearly 35,000 jobs, and more than 4,000 Missourians who were unemployed just found a job. Nationwide, there's been more job openings than people looking for work. Now, in the 20 years that those two things have been measured at the same time, how many people are looking for work, how many job openings are there? First time in 20 years that there were more jobs available than people looking for work. You know, I said a number of times, Mr. President, on the floor as we debated the tax bill, there are two ways to increase people's take-home pay. One's to take less money out of the check that they already get, and 9 out of 10 Americans that paid income taxes last year have found that one has happened for them. And two is to be sure that we have better jobs to start with, to have an economy where people are competing to get workers and competing to keep workers. As businesses try to attract new employees, they're setting new higher minimum entry-level skills and minimum job compensation than they have had before. The National Federation of Independent Business found that 35% of all small business owners reported increases in their labor compensation. 1 out of 3 NFIB employers says they're paying more now than they were a year ago. In addition, the report found that nearly 60% of respondents are hiring or trying to hire. So when 60% of the people that respond to a survey are trying to hire, that's pretty good news. It's good news for the economy, but it's also good news out there for people who are out there trying to be hired. If you're in an economy where lots of people are looking for workers, you're in a lot better place than if you're in an economy where nobody's looking for workers, or only a few people are looking for workers. We need to be sure that we have a skills and training match that really gets people into those better jobs that are out there. I was all over our state a couple of weeks ago, 10 different cities, over 3 days, business roundtables, going to manufacturing locations. In my hometown of Springfield, one manufacturing location had 20 available jobs right then. Other people were telling me that they'd hired people back that they have fired in the past, and the approach was, if you want a second chance, I know you know how to do what we do here. If you're ready to give it another try, I'm ready to give it another try. And that doesn't happen very often in very many economies.